I thought I'd come down to our kitchen here at Wendy's to try Baconator today. Of course, we're starting with our Wendy's Square Patty, fresh, never frozen beef. Our Wendy's Square Patty, fresh, never frozen beef. Absolutely nothing better. Oh, of course, you gotta have a Frosty with a burger. Is this set up today? Oh wait, our machines are always working. I've been waiting for this all day. Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef, our Applewood smoked bacon, our brand new bun, our square burger cooked on a flat grill. Amazing, absolutely wonderful. That's a burger. This is exactly the way a great hamburger should be. You gotta top it off with a fries and Frosty. Excellent. I thought I'd come.
So I've been getting a lot of feedback on the Whopper.
I don't know. I remember like Whoppers as a kid just being like so good and so juicy, and then like now it felt so soggy and just sad.
What I'm hearing is people say they love the Whopper, but I want it to taste that good in the first bite and that good in the last bite.
Absolutely, and that comes down to a perfect proportion and great ingredients.
That looks great.
And beautiful produce.
How's the mayo different?
It's richer, it's got more body, and I think it stands up to the ingredients much better. Not bad, right?
Only one thing missing, a napkin.
Absolutely.
So I've been getting a lot of feedback.
SK here with, you've heard about it, here it is, the Big Arch. This is something that we have tested already in Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good. I'm gonna do a tasting right now, but I'm gonna eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So here we go. First, holy cow. God, that is a big burger. We've got a very unique kind of sesame, poppy sort of bun on it. We've got 2 quarter-pound patties, a delicious Big Arch sauce, and of course some lettuce. So, oh, there's so much going on with this. First of all, let's try to get this thing, I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it. Oh, there's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth. That is so good. That's a big bite for a Big Arch. It's SK here with.
Bizarre footage shows the McDonald's CEO wincing through a single bite of his own burger, and at no point did he even call it food, referring to it as product.
That is so good.
As somebody who went viral for my deep dive research exposing McDonald's and its occult roots, I'm gonna tell you exactly why the CEO is wincing. He's wincing because he knows about the news stories, about the viral videos, about the testimonies, about literal children's teeth being found in his burgers and his nuggets. He's wincing because he's seen the files. He's seen the cannibalism freaks. He's probably one of them. He's wincing because he knows that McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers in a single day and 2.5 billion burgers in a year. And with all the supermarkets and all the fast food restaurants and all the normal restaurants, there is just not enough beef for that to be possible. The CEO is wincing because he knows about the chemical filth that his food is stuffed full of. He's wincing because he knows that the previous owners of McDonald's sold their souls to be in that position, that it has Freemasonic roots, and that he is involved with the same exact thing. He knows about the Rabbi Finkelstein audio.
I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain their blood and we mix it with the Passover bread, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets.
I mean, he really felt the need to make it abundantly clear he is not about to eat that full meal on camera.
I'm gonna do a tasting right now, but I'm gonna eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So,
I mean, come on, do y'all really think he went and he ate that for his lunch after? The fast food industry is ran by Satan, and my goal is to not only expose the fast food industry, but the modern health industry as a whole, and this includes Big Pharma and all the other satanic pedophile corporate entities that are deceiving the world. To do this, me and my partner Noah, who healed his own father of cancer at home, just dropped a free ebook.
Shalom, shalom. All right. First off, I want to start off by giving all the glory, infinite praise and honor unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rachakwadash, Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and do rule well in this tabernacle of David that is being built up in these latter days. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling of election sure. Shalom. This is your brother Hashah from the Great Millstone Savannah Camp, coming back in the spirit with another lesson, Lord willing, I pray and hope that it's edifying and exhorting. All right, and this is going to be a video. All right, and I want to say fair use. All right, I don't own the rights to these videos. I don't, I'm not doing this for any profit. I'm not making any money. All right, but this is strictly for the, for the purpose of reporting. All right, and critique. Okay, and this is not medical information of any kind either. Okay, so I had those videos. All right, this is a video that I had recorded yesterday, but the audio was off, so I'm re-recording it. All right, doing it again. So as you can see in the first few videos, they had the CEOs of these major fast food companies. All right, and they're basically having to rebrand and re-promote, for two reasons. One, they were listed, a lot of these burger companies are listed in the Epstein files, all right? And it's coming out that a lot of them have human flesh in their burgers, all right? They found human DNA in a lot of these burger places products, man, their food. Okay, and also, all right, the worse and worse things are getting in America with the economy. All right, the less fast food people are eating. So they're, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's in desperation mode, man. All right, he is desperate. Okay, and he's basically being found out to be the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Okay, and this is Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, "Thou shalt eat barley cakes, thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of a man in their sight." Verse 13, it says, "And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel," right? Because basically the Lord was telling Ezekiel to go make some, he's going, basically to go make these barley cakes using dung, right? To basically do it. All right. So he was likening that unto what we're going through now. All right. What we're going through now is, it's much worse, right? Eating human flesh unknowingly. All right, and that's why, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have, over and over again cautioned us on eating fast food and not to, all right, to avoid certain foods, okay, because it's demonic. It has a demonic energy, and behind the scenes, they're doing all types of sacrificing, calling on different gods, all right, and deceiving. Okay, this is what Esau Edom was set up to do in the earth. Verse 13, it says, "And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their bread, eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them." Right? So we are eating defiled bread. And that doesn't, necessarily mean just bread. It's all the food that we eat, any substance. When the Lord refers to bread, it's talking about just any food that is supposed to, basically sustain you. So our bread is defiled, man, meaning our table, our food that we eat every day on a daily, right? You seen in the video they were talking about Rabbi Finkelstein, which when I woke up to the truth, that was one of the first videos that I watched. And it scared me a little bit, man, because he was bringing out some truths. And then, I tried to show people, they called me crazy, whatever. But, it's coming out now that, oh, these things are true. They do have they have been doing sacrifice. Over 400,000 children go missing in America a year. Where are these bodies? Where are these children going? Right? And it's coming out that, you know, these satanic pedophile rings, you know, where they like to drink the BLOD, right? Where they like to do these ritual sacrifices. What they've been doing, they've been, you know, basically doing it and then, you know, putting the meat and giving the meat to the slaughterhouses, man. So, you know, ultimately it's evil. You know, it's basically being found out. Esau is being found out, all right, to be the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right. And I wanted to get Daniel 4, right? Because this, you know, matter of fact, Daniel 5, Salakia. Daniel 5 in verse 24, it says, then was the part of the hand sent unto him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written, Mene, Tekel, a parson. This is the interpretation of the thing. Mene, God have numbered thy kingdom and finished it, right? And the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, has numbered this kingdom, right? You know, he has numbered this place, right? He set the bounds of the so-called white man that he cannot pass, right? And he knows that he has but a short time to rule on the earth, right? And so he's doing everything possible, everything in his power to hold on to his rulership, to his kingdom, right? But it's not going to work because it's finished, right? It has a set date, which only the Heavenly Father knoweth, that it's going to go down, right? Verse 27, it says, Tekel, thou art weighed in the balance, and thou art found wanting. Now I want to get this Salaki in the blue letter, which I should have got it in the blue letter to begin with, right? Daniel chapter 5, right? Because to be found wanting means that what? You know, all right, the word wanting.
Strong's H 2627. Chasir.
Hasir or
Chasir.
Right?
Strong's H.
It says lacking, wanting, deficient. Okay? And basically, you know, all the sins that you have done in the earth, you know, it's a false balance. You know, you have created a false balance in the earth, man. You have created just going through the earth and done nothing but wickedness. Right? There's no righteousness in you. You're not upright. So the Lord said you basically gone throughout the earth and now you're in debt. Right? Your wickedness have basically put you in debt, and there's a bill, there's a tab to pay. All right? And you're going to pay that tab. You know, ultimately with the destruction of Babylon the Great, America, as is called in the scriptures. All right? It says, Paris, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians, right? Which is spiritual because this is talking about the ancient Babylonian Empire, right? But the Neo-Babylonian Empire, meaning the new Babylonian Empire, is going to be destroyed by the Medes, all right? You know, which a lot of other people are going to help, but the head, you know, most of the destruction is going to be done by the Russians. The modern day Medes are the Russians, okay? And it's spiritual because they ruled, they were the ones who ruled after the Babylonian Empire with the Persians, okay? So the same thing is going to take place in this time, man. They're going to reap what they have sown, all right? And you have sown nothing but destruction and, you know, and death in the earth. And this is what you're going to get, all right? Let's see. Matter of fact, I'll just get it in here. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2, in verse 4, it says, "Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith." All right, and the soul of the so-called white man Esau Edom is not upright within him. Okay, he is estranged from the womb, speaking lies. All right, he is the accuser of thy brethren. He's that old serpent, Satan, the devil. Okay, the dragon. Right? It says, "Yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto himself all nations, and heapeth unto himself all people." Right? And when you go into these different fast food restaurants, especially McDonald's, they're almost everywhere. They're almost in every country, China, Russia, they have McDonald's. Okay, they have fast food. He has spread his wine. He transgresses by wine, all right, meaning his philosophies, his ways of life. He spread them all across the world, man, all around the world. Okay, it says, and that's how he is transgressed. He enlarges his desire as hell. He can't be satisfied, man. All right. And you can see that bloodlust and that pride coming out in these latter days. All right. Verse 6, it says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, saying, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." Going into that debt. All right. When you go into that thick clay, it's talking about how he, basically set up the petrodollar, all right, the USDA, the USD, right, which is a debt note, right? And this is how he built his society, on debt, right, and also on brute force, right? If you don't want to trade, you don't want to use our dollar, we're just going to come after you with our military. Same things what he's doing in Iran. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable and a proverb?" You see, so now you're being found out, right? You're being found out. Now it's coming out that you're the scum of the earth, right? That you're the devil, and you have tried to paint the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American every day on your news outlets, right? Through your propaganda, you spread, all this propaganda about how we were these nasty, vile, wicked creatures who needed to be civilized, right? But it's coming out that you're the one that's nasty and vile, right, and uncivilized. These files, they show you just how wicked and decrepit you are, man. They were talking about Hillary Clinton, how they basically had her on trial for this file called frazzle drip, right? Which is apparently they were taking the faces off of little children, right? And then wearing the child's face as a mask while they drain the for that adrenaline. Okay, so you being found out, man. The Lord is uncovering your secret places, right? You're being searched out, and you're going to be found wanting, man. At the end of the day, the Lord is going to judge you. You're not going to get away. All right. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, right? You sending these bodies to the slaughterhouse, right? You're kidnapping and killing these children. Well, guess what, man? You're not going to get away with it, right? It says, and for the violence of the land, and for the city, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Okay? So the Lord has you in a trick bag, man. You're not going to get away, right? He let you, do all this stuff that you've been doing in the earth, right? But there's a judgment for it, man. There's a sentence, to your to your works and your acts, So that's pretty much all I had, man. Lord willing, I'm gonna end off right there. Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting. I want to end off by giving all the glory, infinite praise and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling of election sure. Shalom.